Welcome back, everybody, to the Nerdcore Podcast, the podcast reviews movies and talks that nerd shit. This is episode 724, and it is your review of Double Indemnity as we continue on with our Noir-Vember month. As always, it is the nerdy Chicana here to host the show, alongside my wonderful co-host, Brian Yoda.
What's up, everybody? One wonderful Monday. Monday
Afternoon, I guess. 4 minutes from it being Monday afternoon for me.
It's still morning for me. So yeah, Veterans Day. So
Monday more afternoon. Yeah, more an afternoon. Yeah.
Happy Veterans Day.
Yeah, happy veterans, everybody. Happy veterans to our listeners, our viewers who are veterans. We thank you guys so much for your service, and thank you for the sacrifices you've had to make for our country and fight for our freedoms. I thank my wonderful family, those who are veterans in my family and who fought for us. Brad's father, who fought. You know, I make the joke all the time about his dad being in Desert Storm, but thank you to Brad's father who fought for our freedoms in Operation Desert Storm. It's, you know, that ain't just a walk in the park. That was one of the fucking.
None of that shit is fun. Nobody signs up to have fun.
No. And to be fair, not a lot of people sign up to.
Yeah, there was a lot of drafts
to fight. You know, a lot of them were like, "Oh, you can pay my college, and I get paid." Like, okay, cool. Yeah, that's kind of why I want to go.
I would like to eat today, so
yeah,
sign me up.
Yeah, but yeah, man. Happy Veterans Day. I didn't know Brad had a day off. That's why we're doing this a little bit earlier. Also because I have HCAP screenings tonight, so I have it at 7:30, which technically I could make it tonight to do our review, but the fact is that we have like 2 reviews to do today, so it's better if we just get it away right now early, and we don't have to worry about it tonight. And tomorrow I work at night, so
considering we already watched the movie.
Yeah, you already watched it. I already watched it too. Yep. So with that being said, Brad, how are you doing, man? How are you doing before we can get into the review?
I'm doing good. I dropped my truck off to get fixed today. That was about it.
Yeah. I've been meaning to ask you an update on that because I know that it's yeah.
He said the guy said it'll probably take a week. I'm thinking it'll probably take 2 weeks, but we'll see.
If he says a week, it's probably going to be 2 to a month.
2 or 3 weeks probably. So
yeah.
I'm not too worried because I have another car to use.
Yeah.
So
look, man, as long as it gets fixed, right? That's all that matters.
Yeah.
First and foremost, that's all that matters. As long as the vehicle actually gets fixed, and not if he just fucks you over like most mechanics.
I've used this guy before, so many years ago, to fix the box. So
yeah.
So he does great work, at least from that experience.
And the good thing is that it's all a cosmetic issue. It's not an actual issue inside of the car.
No, I mean, he said it'd probably take a week unless he found something catastrophic, which I don't think there's anything catastrophic, hopefully.
Yeah. So. He tells you like, hey man, you got a fucked up transmission.
Well, he ain't gonna be able to fix that. So
yeah, but
he just does the body. So
yeah. Well, I've just had a chill morning here so far. Just had to edit Perfect Blue and need to edit what's left of these final clips from the multiplayer games that we had. I need to get into doing more clips of the zombie stuff because I haven't done any of that. Also need to edit out the third playthrough with Migs where he decided to
to make it extremely difficult
harder,
for us,
way harder.
As he laughs
don't worry, I got this, guys.
I mean, he was doing pretty well when we were both dead.
Yeah, but still, fuck off.
Still, yeah.
But yeah, man. Glad to hear you're doing all right, Brad. Yesterday, I went to a movie and they had an after party. Filmmaker Mixer went to that, and I came back and I laid down and watched the Penguin finale. And now in the morning, I watched this film while I was just laying in bed and getting breakfast ready. I was watching this movie. So yeah, we should probably get into this, Brad. This is a cornerstone of noir, of film noir. I mean, we're going all the way back to 1944, so you guys know the rules pretty well. So without further ado, this is Double Indemnity. Today's episode of the Nerdcore is brought to you by SeatGeek. Whether you want to see your favorite band, sports team, or comedian, SeatGeek has you covered. We're proud to be partnering with SeatGeek to offer you $10 off your first order with code TheNerdCore. That's $10 off your first order at SeatGeek.com with code THENERDCORPS. So take a seat at your next live event with SeatGeek. Thank you. Now let's get back to today's video. Double Indemnity is a 1944 American film noir directed by Billy Wilder and produced by Buddy DeSilva and Joseph Sistrom. Wilder and Raymond Chandler adapted screenplay from James M. Cain's novel of the same name, which ran as an 8-part serial in Liberty magazine in 1936. The film stars Fred McMurray as insurance salesman Walter Neff, who plots with a woman, Barbara Stanwyck, to kill her husband in order to claim a life insurance payment. Arousing the suspicion of claims manager Barn Case, Edward G. Robinson, the title refers to a double indemnity clause which doubles life insurance payouts when death occurs in a statistically rare manner. The film was nominated for 7 Academy Awards, widely regarded as a classic. It is often cited as having set the standard for film noir, and as one of the greatest films of all time. Of course, also stars Porter Hall, Gene Heather, Tom Powers, Byron Barr, Richard Gaines, Fortunio Bonanova, and John Philibert. Brad, I know you don't like Mulholland Drive all that much, but Barbara Stanwyck is also one of the names that is used in that film with the girl who has amnesia.
Okay.
Famous. What's Rita? Is like she goes as Rita Hayworth, and I believe she uses the name something Stanwyck, and but cinematography by John Seitz, edited by Joanne Harrison, music by Miklos Rosa, and of course sits at an hour and 47 minutes, and it had a budget of $988,000. Yep, that's kind of how it ran back in the day. You didn't need like $20 million to make a movie like this. Yeah, but that seems to be it, Brad. I've seen this movie before, Brad. I actually watched this for my history of film noir class, so I'm gonna go ahead and send it over to you first, Brad. What are your initial thoughts on Billy Wilder's Double Indemnity?
I thought it was good. I mean, I kind of like the old. Yeah, we're gonna speak like this. See, get over here, baby.
the old American,
the old American language back in the day that they did in movies, which I think is somewhat exaggerated throughout all those movies. I don't think people actually like, hey, get over here. See, got a nickel for the payphone. Yeah, like I don't think like people actually were like that, but what do I know? I didn't live during then, even though everybody says I did. But I liked it. I thought the beginning for me was a bit slow, but it picked up really quick in the second and third act. Just the beginning was just a tad bit slow for me. But I really like the ending in this. I love the kind of the whole like the insurance. He caught me. See, I'm gonna record it all on here, and he's gonna. So I kind of dug that. I dug like he's recording it, like he knows he's been found out. But the thing I don't like is they paint these insurance guys as like these heroes, and it's like, no, those are fucking assholes. Like this woman just died, and they're like, hey, you committed suicide. See, we don't want to pay you. How about we just pay half? It's like, no, fuck these guys.
Yeah,
I'm not buying it. Fuck the insurance company. So, that's my opinion on it. But like, I like the concept of this. I like the story. I like the acting, and I thought the acting was done very well. I mean, I could totally see like, disgruntled wife, whose husband is a dick. So I really felt no remorse for that guy dying.
Oh God, no! That guy was an asshole.
The guy was a complete asshole. So
Straight
it was
up an
just
asshole,
like
Brad.
it was just like, I get it. Like, leave him on the tracks. Maybe we'll get run over. So I got that. But overall, I think a really good movie, and I think you're right. I think this is a very foundational movie for future noirs.
Oh yeah, I mean, this follows the noir trope to a T. You have Um, low lighting, harsh contrast. Fuck, I mean the shadows, Brad.
Yeah, you got the
Where it
femme
makes the
fatale.
the shadows where it makes the stripes symbolizing jail. Come on, I mean,
Yeah.
I like it's there. The femme fatale is there, and
Hmm.
probably one of my favorite femme fatales of all time. She's I love the way they portray her, and I love that she has one over everybody until the very end.
Well,
And
and even then, she's not going down without a fight.
no, she's not. No.
She's like, you're gonna kill me. How about I shoot you first?
Yep. Yep. And God, I love this movie, man. Watching this a second time, I'm way higher on it than I was the first time. The first time I watched this movie, I gave it like a 3.5 out of 4. I mean, three
Yeah.
and a half out of five. Um, but this time, man, I think this is a near perfect movie. I love what Billy Wilder does in this film. He just gets the whole plot of like the insurance and stuff, and it makes for a really really cool detective story that you're gonna follow through, like where you're kind of like, oh, like is it the wife, is it what, I mean, like it's like, oh, it just can't just be the wife and him, like something else got to be going on, and it's like, oh shit, it's the wife and the boyfriend of the
Hmm.
daughter, and
Of the
it's
daughter, yeah, and
yep,
like he's being played, and then we on top of that, you got Barton Keyes played
oh yeah,
just great by Edward G. Robinson. I love that
yeah.
character. He's like, I got something in my gut. See, it's telling me. See, I'm not feeling right.
I'm feeling right, yeah. And man, I think she's so great. I love Barbara Stanwyck in this movie. Which, by the way, good lord, what a beautiful woman! What a beautiful woman, dude.
Hmm.
She actually worked with Fritz Lang as well. So I want to see which movie she ended up working with him, because that's I mean, Fritz Lang is one of the greatest filmmakers of all time, and we watched Metropolis, and that was his movie. So I'm pretty sure it was when he came over to the United States to work on film. So, but she's just great, dude. And oh my god, like just like I said, man, what a freaking smoke show, man. Holy crap, she's so beautiful. And I would understand why you would fall under that spell, man. I would understand why you would fall under her tricks.
Yeah,
Because
I don't know about going as far as
to
killing
kill
her
him, man, but
husband,
yeah.
but you know,
Which, by the way, what about McMurray's way? He's just sorry, baby. Sorry, baby.
sure, baby,
Sorry.
come here, baby.
Holy shit, does he say baby like fucking every 10
Yeah,
seconds in
yeah,
this
you know,
movie,
baby.
bro?
Also the daughter played by Jean Heather. Like I just looked her up too, and she only had 2 movies before she was injured in an automobile accident. So I feel bad because I thought
Yeah.
she did a good job too.
Yeah. Yeah, she did a good job too. And it's just look, man, back in this time, women like them weren't giving much, like what can I how can I say this? Complex roles, right?
Yeah,
And y'all they were really told to, like, hey, this is kind of the way it is and this is how you need to portray it. And I think like the daughter did really well for like a very like one-dimensional role that they give her.
yeah, and she's basically like, oh, I'm not gonna listen to my father. Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Which a rebellious teen in the 40s. I mean, I don't know if we technically get that really until what, the 50s, 60s. You get really
Yeah.
the rebellious teens going. So that was nice. Also, I think people tend to forget divorce was probably not a thing
No,
during this
no.
time.
If it was really, really, really hard to get one.
Yeah,
Like,
and it usually had to be initiated by the man.
yep.
So
100%, yep.
so you think about that more, and this movie makes a lot more sense on why it's like, well, I need to kill my husband anyway to get out of this, loveless marriage. So I might as well get insurance money on top of that. So yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, man, like I said, like I watched this one before, Brad, and back then it was I watched it for a film noir class. I was barely kind of getting into film noir at the time, and I watched this one and I was like, oh man, it's like really good stuff. But I I don't know what the fuck was going on with me, Brad. I mean, that was the time that I watched. Why did I watch Touch of Evil, and I gave that like a fucking 3 too, like a 3 out of 5. I was like, what the hell?
Fuck you
What
think?
was I on, bro?
Fuck you
Yeah,
thinking? The music in this is great, by the way. I don't think this movie works as well without the music. Just like any other noir. I mean, we've seen noirs from Kurosawa, fucking I, I forget. Hitchcock had some.
Yeah. Oh
Um,
yeah. The Lady
and
Vanishes.
yeah,
Notorious.
and the thing is, without the music in a noir, I don't think noirs work as well because
Yep.
you have that little presence in there of some tension being built. And that's why I think for the beginning of me, I'm like, okay, it's kind of slow. But then, like the music, I think the music does get really tense towards the end until you have that final salvo of where he's bleeding out, and they're calling the ambulance, and Barton Keys is like, yeah, I got my man. See, and it's just like, yeah, this is. I mean, without that music in there, I don't think the film works as well.
Yeah. Yeah. And I agree too, man. I don't think it works without the music. I don't think it works without the way that this movie looks as well. Like holy shit, man. There's like that the one of the first scenes where Barbara and McMurray go into the room and they're still talking when she goes to tell him about the automobile insurance, and their faces are just completely covered in dark black, and you can just see like chest and stuff. I'm like, holy fuck, what a frame, bro. Like I love the lighting in that scene so much. And of course the ending scene where they get shot. I love the lighting in that as well, and love the stripes all over Fred McMurray because obviously man's no way man's not going to jail. Like he's
Yeah,
going to jail
he's going Joe.
one hundred
Uh,
percent.
I like that in some of the scenes, it's like the protagonist almost gets caught.
Yeah.
He is there are multiple scenes where he thinks he's getting caught. He's getting called into the office of the
Oh
insurance
yeah.
company, and the owner is like, this is suicide. Like this is, and there's another
Dude, I
one.
thought I thought he was done for when he saw the guy from the train.
Yeah, that's exactly the scene that I was about to
Yeah.
say is the
I
guy
thought he
from the
was
train.
completely done
Yeah,
there,
because the
bro.
guy's like, "What's your name?" And it's like,
Don't I
and
know
you
you?
can tell like he's thinking like, I know I've seen this guy somewhere, and he's just shoot out before he can connect the dots. Um,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's where I think like you get those like after this you get those movies with a lot of those detectives where it's just guys who are on that case and they stay on that case and
Yeah.
they're like a dog with a bone. And that's really the Barton Keys character in this. He's like that guy he says like, I'm going to catch my man. I'm going to catch my man. He's not even a detective. He's an insurance guy.
Yup. Yeah, the guy's not even a freaking
No.
not even a freaking what's it called detective. He's like whole ass fucking detective dude, man.
Yeah. He's an insurance salesman or, a clerk or whatever the hell he's called. I mean, he's not even a detective. He's not
Yup.
like the only thing he's doing is saving his company money. That's all he's doing.
Yep, yep. Yeah, man. I just I was like, dude, like this guy's so good at being a detective, and he's not even a fucking detective,
No,
bro.
no, he's just a fucking, he's an insurance guy.
Yup.
And he's probably, back in those days, probably not even gonna get a raise. Probably get a nice little plaque being,
Yeah.
hey, thanks for saving us money.
Yeah, they're just telling saving us money. And also like I love how like what's it called? He really just didn't want his job too. He wanted to fucking give that job to fucking McMurray's character.
Yeah. He's like, I'm
Yeah.
tired. I need to retire.
Yeah. Yeah, he didn't want any of that. But man, I think this movie's incredible. I think it's near perfect. I do agree with you, Brad. It's a little bit off to kind of a slow start in the beginning, but once it really starts to pick up, it picks the fuck up. And I think that they have a great film here. I really do love this movie, and I think that it's one of the essential noirs that you have to watch. And they end up, I believe, yeah, they end up remaking this movie.
Like I was wondering if there was like I was like, is there a remake of this? There had to be.
Yeah. I think you would call it a reimagining
Yeah.
because it straight up doesn't, remake this movie, but it's what's called Body Heat. It's what's it called directed by Lawrence Kasdan,
Hmm.
and it has what's it called William Hurt and Kathleen Turner, and it's a really really good movie, and I think that it's a really good worthy remake of this film. Um, but what I actually had, planned to, do that as the Thursday review, but no, I wanted to talk about the movie we're going to be talking about this month. I mean, this
Okay.
this week because I wanted to choose something I'd never seen, and I already had seen what's it called, Body Heat. So I was like, fuck it, we can just talk about Body Heat another month. But yeah, I mean, it's I'm pretty sure it's been remade more times than we can imagine. But yeah, I think that but this one's more like a reimagining or like a just a different. It's just it's inspired by Double Indemnity
Okay.
in a way. But yeah, Brad, what's your final verdict on Double Indemnity?
I think this is a great movie. I think it is definitely a noir.
One hundred percent.
Probably one of the earlier noirs and a foundational film. Like I said, I just had an issue with the beginning being a bit slow for my liking. But again, it picks up in that second and third act real quick, so
Yeah,
it's not too terrible of a beginning. So for that, I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10.
yeah, and yeah, an 8 out of 10, Brad. I'm going to be a little bit higher, Brad. And I will I will say that this is a 9.25 out of 10. I think it's near perfect, and I think it's a great film. I think it's highly influential, and unlike Nightcrawler, this has it all. This has all of the what's it called, all of the essential film noir. What makes a film a noir?
Yeah,
It's got the
I
lighting.
yeah, I get what you say now with Nightcrawler is that he really didn't get his comeuppance.
There's no
Uh,
downfall for him.
Other than his only downfall being is he's got to live with who he is. In
Yeah,
my
but
eyes,
like
he's an ass.
Yeah, but like in here, Mark Murray's character,
Oh
he's
yeah,
going to jail.
yeah,
He's going to jail. He's never going to be an insurance agent again.
yeah.
His life is completely over. There's nothing that he can do to recover from this.
I think had this film been made, 70s, 80s, 90s, he would have ended up killing himself on
Oh
screen.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
There would have been no waiting for the ambulance because he had that gun in his pocket.
yeah. It was no waiting for that. But obviously, this is the '40s. That ain't
Yeah.
gonna happen.
No.
Yeah. God, I need to. I'm looking at here what movies Stanwyck had done with Fritz Lang, and it's this one, Clash by Night, which is also a noir, but she's in this movie with fucking Paul Douglas and Marilyn Monroe. What in the hell? Good lord. But that concludes our review of Double Indemnity. We want to thank you guys so much for joining us. As always, keep up to date with us on nerdcore.com, Twitter at the Nerdcore _, Instagram at the Nerdcore, Letterboxd at the Nerdcore. As always, this episode is live early and ad-free on patreon.com/Nerdcore before it drops for everybody at 12 p.m. Central Time. I just noticed I didn't say that in the beginning, but it's okay because I'm saying it now. If you want to get this episode live early and ad-free, along with our episode that will be on Patreon on Thursday and drops for everybody on Saturday, go over to patreon.com/Nerdcore and pledge to the $5 tier. And I'm sorry, not $5 tier, $1 tier and above. All that helps us out so much, and you guys are just wonderful people for helping us out here. Of course, we want to thank our patrons. I'm sorry, our Discord link is in the description below. Make sure that you're checking that out and you talk to us about this film and other film noirs you might be interested in. Maybe at the end of the month, Brad and I will be in a full trench coat and fucking top hat fedora. Here, you see?
Yeah, see, with a big old pipe, like
Yeah. Yeah, see? Yeah. But yeah, if you have a gut feeling, you know somebody, go with that gut feeling. Chances are you do know that person, and if it's in the case of this film, chances are you killed somebody.
Yeah. Like, smells fishy, see?
Yeah.
He didn't even know he had insurance, huh? Wonder what that could mean.
If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure that you leave a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell so you don't miss another episode that drops on our channel. Make sure that you're also leaving a comment. Talk to us about this film. What do you think about this film? Is there any other Billy Wilder films that we should probably check out? I know that the Apartment is a very revered film, and I need to watch that one. And I think that one's one that we should watch one of these days. But yeah, we need to get on that one. But let us know if there's any other films and what do you think about this movie as well. And of course, if you're listening to us on your favorite podcast app of choice, make sure you follow us on that app and leave a 5-star review. All of that helps us out so much. Brad, can we also tell them about our wonderful Patreon supporters because they're awesome, especially our executive producer, Shane.
You can follow friend Shane at twitch.tv/XSRK or on Twitter at thrifted.io or go buy something from the Stuffy God at depop.com/PrisonCityVintage.
PrisonCityVintage.com, Prison City Vintage, all that wonderful stuff, guys. We love them so much. We thank you guys so much for being wonderful Patreon supporters and helping us out when we need it. And we hope that you guys enjoy the exclusives that you get, like this early access, along with cool stuff like TV show commentaries and and mini pods from the $5 tier and above. All that wonderful stuff is over on patreon.com/nerdcore. But with that being said, Brad, you see, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Let's send them the hell out.
All right, Raul. Thank you for being host as always. Thank you to all those who join us in future chats. Thank you to our listeners out there, our Patreon supporters. We appreciate each and every one of you. And to end this episode, all I got to say is don't fall for a dame. See? Should be your downfall. See? Young Yoda out.